Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on CBT News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick, and these are your top stories for the day. Dealers along the Alabama Gulf Coast and Florida Panhandle experienced the impact of Hurricane Sally as the storm made landfall early Wednesday. Sally hit Gulf Shores, Alabama, registered as a Category 2 hurricane with sustained winds of 105 miles per hour. Gulf Shores and Pensacola, Florida experienced mass power outages and substantial flooding. Besides slight cosmetic damage, no dealer has reported severe damages or injuries to this point. Sally hits the Gulf just 3 weeks after Hurricane Laura made landfall on the Louisiana coast. One of the most profitable trucks on the market is experiencing historically low levels of supply. Supplies of GMC Sierra pickups on dealer lots are at 20 days or less compared to a typical supply of 75 days to 90 days, according to Duncan Aldred, head of the GMC truck brand. GMC truck plants in the U.S. and Mexico were shut down for nearly 2 months earlier this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. The pandemic brought the second stop in production in less than a year as a 40-day UAW strike ended last October. Wholesale prices are starting to cool this month. According to data collected by Cox Automotive, wholesale prices decreased 0.9% through the first 15 days of September. This brought the mid-month Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index to a 16% increase from September of last year. A Washington, D.C. based auto repair shop is bringing big smiles and a big boost to small businesses. Blair Bralowski and his company Revit are starting a movement titled Fix It Forward to provide kind acts to small business owners in need. Bralowski's first mission was to help a couple who had started a grocery shopping and laundry business called Honeydoers right before the beginning of the pandemic. The couple said that they were struggling and were close to giving up when Bralowski surprised them with a new work car, complete with the Honeydoers' name and phone number on the side and rear windows. The couple was overwhelmed with joy by the gesture and soon started receiving calls from potential customers not long after they started driving their new ride. Coming up next on CBT News, we talk with Bernie Moreno, president of the Bernie Moreno Companies.
This segment brought to you by NCM. This is CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. Subscribe today.
While the COVID-19 has created many obstacles for auto dealers, some have found ways to create opportunities in the midst of adversity. After taking a step back from the auto industry, Bernie Moreno came back to the industry as he saw an opportunity to transform the retailing experience. Bernie joined us to discuss his journey back. Take a look.
Sure. So I guess the big question is to everybody, why are you back?
Actually, first of all, I miss the business a lot. The business gets in your blood and your skin and your bone marrow. And I really missed, most of all, interacting with our clients, interacting with the team. That was something that I really missed a lot. And so that was number one. But that wasn't enough to get me back in the business. What really was kind of the tipping point was seeing COVID and how that affected all of the variables that I thought were the headwinds, all of a sudden became the tailwinds.
Okay.
I think people are a lot more hesitant to think about shared cars, for example.
Right.
I think they're more hesitant to live in dense populated urban areas, which I think means that people are going to want to own their own car.
Right.
And so I think both of those things combined, it's going to make the retail business strong. And then the last one is I think the manufacturers have seen that Taj Mahal facilities with high fixed expense structures isn't the way to go.
Right.
So I think all those variables really make the business exciting. Plus, again, I missed it.
So COVID was really the catalyst that for you to say, the landscape is changing out there, and this might be a great opportunity for me to get back into something that I really enjoyed.
Absolutely. I think it buys the automotive retail business a lot more runway. Right. At least in my mind, which is why, again, I'm jumping back in, especially if you could do it with a variable cost structure and build a decent facility, but not a Taj Mahal. And also, I think the other part of it is I think there's an opportunity to transform this business into a much more digital-friendly business, and that's what the plan is to do that.
Catch the rest of that conversation with Bernie as he dives deeper on how the retail experience will change moving into post-COVID right here at CBTnews.com. And now it's a great time to sign up to become a member of CBT News. Members have full access to an exclusive library of industry news, full-length interviews with the biggest names in retail automotive, and up-to-date market information. Also, be sure to check out the Friday 5 with Steve Greenfield right here at CBT News. That's all we have time for today, but be sure to watch more full-length interviews and read extensive articles on the retail automotive industry right here at CBT News. And of course, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for watching CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry. This is CBT News, the voice of the retail automotive industry.